Alright, so next up in our TFC's re-reviews of the Hercules, we got Heavylabor. Here's his instructions, and he comes with his 2 guns. That's pretty much it. He doesn't have any extra bits, which is fine with me. Now, like some of these guys, some of them I think aged well, some of them didn't. This is one of those cases where, while I liked him initially, I'm starting to dislike people's representation of long haul lately more and more, because I'm wanting more of a G1 toy accurate, and nobody seems to get the fact that his dump truck became his, the bed of his truck became his legs in the G1 toy and cartoon. Nobody seems to be able to do that. I understand that it makes it easier to make the combiner, but honestly, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm more in line with wanting a G1 accurate, rather than updated more. It wouldn't have been that hard, honestly. Anyway, so he comes with these 2 pistols here. Again, same cast. One's clear, one's solid. You can plug them together if you wanted to. I like this one. It's probably one of my more... all the guns are acceptable, I guess. I would have preferred more like real guns, but, hey, whatever. Alright, so, posability, his head is on, I think it's on a ball joint. Yeah, that's a ball joint in there. But the way it's cut is, it just rotates side to side. Shoulders are on universal joints up here. No ratchets though. They do have a little bit of a bend outwards for transformation, but he gets up and down, all that. There's a bicep swivel right above the elbow. Elbow, get you everything you want there. Nothing at the hands. Waist rotates. Hips, nice ratchets up, down, solid in and out. Bicep swivel. He could use some ankle tilt, so you can actually utilize the very well done ratchets in the hips, because it's actually set to the joints that would make sense, rather than you do one click and it's like that. Yes, I'm looking at you, Hasbro Motormaster. Bends at the knee. I think I said this, but thigh swivel. And then there's another hinge right in here due to transformation, so he gets it up to all the way up to there. And then the foot has the pivot for transformation. While I don't like the design aspect of it, he's still a pretty solid figure. Definitely the bruiser of the group. As seems kind of part of the course for Devastators. He's got some kibble that doesn't lock in, and that's unfortunate. This is one downside of the figure, but it's not a break scenario. I think he's still pretty decent. Anyway, to transform him, you want to pull this chest piece down, flip the head down, and this joint, every single one I've actually had 3 copies of the set so far. This thing is super loose, but once you lock this in place, it's fine, and once you flip it down, it's fine. So it's not a problem. It's just observation there. So you move that up, flip the arms back. And what you want to do is rotate, flip the hand in like so, and then that piece will come down like that. Flip this out, and there's a little tab here that'll plug in that slot right there. So you tab that in like so. Then you want to flip this down, and this will just tab in. Well, it just kind of slots in. It doesn't actually tab. Same thing over here. So you flip the arm back a little bit. Rotate. Flip. Tab. Okay. Now you want to pull this back, and there's a slot or peg, slot, slot here, and a slot here. You want to line those all up and just tab it into place. Same thing on both sides. So this all slots in pretty nicely. You got some visible hand syndrome going on there. And then this piece here just will come up to there, and you just like so. There you go. Now you want to flip this piece up, and then see here, flip the feet in, rotate these things at this, no. No, yeah, I was right. So you rotate those at that piece. There's two little plugs here and here. Go in those slots there. Just like so. And just like so. Rotate this back. There's two pegs here and here. They'll peg into these slots here and here. So you line those up and plug those in. Kind of hard to do that on camera. Just like so. Tab that all in. There you go. Simple transformation. Rolls nice. Lot more of a satisfying transformation than the Make Toys version. I will say that. That guy was fun. More I'm thinking about the Make Toys Giant makes me laugh. Rolls pretty well. Looks good. You know, it's a transformer. It's not a master-made piece of engineering, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for a figure that transforms from truck to robot and still has the ability to be combined mode. But yeah, there you go. Transform them back. Untap the legs. Rotate this waist piece back up. Now, if you want to, you can use Devastator plate and use those as the front of the legs. You just untap these, pull them down, and then you rotate them. You can do that if you want to. You don't have to. I'm not going to, but it's just something that'll make, because this plate will come down and kind of cover one of the screw holes, but he does have this unfortunate screw hole right there. In their later releases of just TFC figures in general, they come with those little ports that fill in those slots. So, you know, definitely they've fixed leaving stuff like that. But this was their first set, their first outing in the Transformer business. So they did a decent job, I think. All right. There we go. And give him his gun back. And there we go. He's back in robot mode. Like I said, I think he works pretty well. I wish they would have engineered the bed of the truck into the legs as opposed to into the arms, but you know, what can you do? Bitch about it later. That's all I can do. Years after the fact. So let's see. Doesn't work with the Seeker. Legends works okay. If you're talking mini bots. I think that works pretty well. Not so much. And the ones that it works the best with are the TFC guys. So I hate you. I hate you. All right. And then, of course, here comes Megatron. And, yeah. Looks like a pretty good, solid team. For a rating, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. The main problem is the jumping away from the G1 aesthetics for me at this point. Because we're, part of the reason why we're re-looking at these guys is because they have, they're getting updates this year from 3 different companies. Hasbro, their Devastator came out. Generations is coming out. Toy World's coming out with one. So with all these competing companies, it's, how relevant is this figure? And, he's not bad, but he could have been better executed, I think. He's not as good as Neckbreaker is now. But he's not nearly as bad as Mad Blender. Not nearly as bad. Hook and Scavenger are still decent, but yeah, he's just solid effort. Effort being the key word there, not perfection. So yeah, there you go.